So the Yankees salvaged the series. I got to tell you, yesterday after the game, I said, "Oh man, honey," telling my wife, "I don't know, man. We got to face Zach Wheeler tomorrow." I feel worse about today's game than I did about the other games. But thank the heavens, they got to him, and Carlos Rodon kept them in the game for the win, a 4-3 win over the Phillies to salvage the series. They lost the series, but they salvaged it at least. And now we got 4 against the Tampa Bay Rays. But really quickly, let's break this down. Okay. 5 and the third innings from Carlos Rodon. 4 hits, 3 runs, 8 strikeouts, 90 pitches. He gets the win. Johnny Loizaga came in, 2/3, 1 hit, 1 strikeout. Luke Weaver, clean inning. Tim Hill, clean inning. Devin Williams, clean inning. And the bullpen saved the day today. Bullpen has been the bane of their almost everything for a part of the season. Not today. They gave Carlos Rodon the support he needed after he left the game. And thanks to the guys that did contribute, Trent Grisham was 1 for 4 with an RBI. Ben Rice 0 for 3. Paul Goldschmidt 0 for 1. Cody Bellinger was 1 for 3. Giancarlo Stanton was 1 for 4. Cody Bellinger had triple, by the way, today. So shout out to Cody B. Flashing the legs a little bit. Jazz Chisholm was 0 for 3 with a run scored. Jason Dominguez 1 for 3. Ryan McMahon was the offensive hero today, 2 for 3 with a 2-run double, okay, and another hit as well. Anthony Volpe 0 for 4, and Austin Wells 0 for 0 with an RBI. I don't know if you've noticed since the All-Star break, Anthony Volpe is hitting 259, 300 on base, 704 OPS with 4 home runs. 704 slugging. His OPS is over 1,000. Okay, so since the All-Star break, since he got that rest, he's been hitting much better, and which makes me happier that the Yankees got Med Rosario last night in a trade, because now you have an opportunity to give Anthony Volpe frequent rest, right? Even if it's once a week, I would do that to keep him fresh, keep him rested. He's a young player, but young players need recovery and need rest too, right? Shout out to the chat. Hit the like button, gang, if you're happy that the Yankees won. And I'm happy that they won. I really am. So tonight, for those that don't know, I'm going to be doing my MLB trade deadline predictions tonight at 8 p.m. I'll be live with a couple of co-hosts, and we'll go over our predictions. I want to do it. I was going to try to do it before a couple of days ago, but I couldn't do it. So now there's a couple of trades in the books. We'll mention those, but we'll get to the rest of the trade predictions. So if something else happens between now and then, I will get it to you no matter what. Okay. Shout out to Kunstler Yeti, Silver, Guy, CeeLo. What is going on? David. Shout out to everybody. And again, smack that thumbs up and that like button if you're happy that the Yankees won today. We got 4 against the Tampa Bay Rays now, so it ain't going to get much easier. Jennifer, hello. Guy, Luis, Peanut, Lorenzo. Yeah, man. And a special congratulations to CC Sabathia for being officially inducted into the Baseball Hall of Fame in Cooperstown today. Him, Ichiro Suzuki, and Billy Wagner. Congratulations to both of them. I saw when he introduced him when he walked out. It was fantastic. So happy for CC. Much deserved. Right. Ahmed Rosario did show up late in the game. So he'll be obviously available tomorrow for their series against the Rays. So everything will be done by then. It was a late night trade last night, so there are things procedurally that need to be done prior to that. And Ahmed Rosario will be good. Yeah, and Rodon was good. Again, in this heat, he was good. He didn't falter. It's one of the things he's not doing this year is faltering when things get rough, right? So that's a step into the right direction for Rodon. I got to give him a shout out for that. I really, really do. Yeah, same thing as Mel. I was at the game yesterday. It sucked, and I told my wife at the game, I said, "This is not. I mean, tomorrow we got to face Wheeler. Like we're most likely going to get swept, and we didn't get swept because they beat Wheeler. So I'll take it. It's not like they scored 12 runs against them. They scored, so they got to him, right? So Ahmed Rosario showed up late in the game. He showed up late in the game. He was at the airport about an hour or so ago, and the commute was a little bit of a thing. So, and I'll attest to that. It took us over an hour just to get from the stadium to the George Washington Bridge yesterday to come home. And that was, I mean, it's not even 2 miles from the stadium. So it was a nightmare. No. No, Yankees. So stop trolling with the breaking news stuff. Stop, man. You want to stay here? Stop with the stuff, man. Really. Jones is very likely not getting called up. Why? Well, for a couple of reasons. Number one, he's got some light back spasms. But two, they have another outfielder named Everson Pereira. And keep this in mind. And, you know, I'm talking to Ken. I got to give a shout out to Ken because he when I discuss with baseball with Ken from The Ugly Truth, he gets a lot of great insights and perspectives and reminds me of certain things. And he reminded me of the service time clock for Spencer Jones. If Spencer Jones gets called up now, as much as a lot of us want, he will very likely exceed 130 at bats, meaning there's a good chance he would blow through his first pre-arb season. He gets 6 years of service time before he becomes a free agent. 3 years of pre-arb, 3 years of arb. But why do that now and come up here? And especially when he's not the missing piece. If he was the missing piece, I get it. If their bullpen was fortified and he'd be the missing piece, I can understand that. But they have needs, significant needs, pitching, which and have not been addressed yet. And I expect them to be addressed in the next couple of days, right? So that particular situation, I would not blow through a whole entire pre-arb season for Spencer Jones just for 2 months of play. I like him. Believe me, I would rather we keep him than trade him. Okay? To me, he's an untouchable, but that's just me, right? So, but again, for that reason alone, I don't think he's going to get called. I can see him being called up in September, like Austin Wells was a couple years, like Jason Dominguez was a couple years ago. There's no real risk then to blow through the 130 at bat criteria for them to run through or blow through an entire pre-arb season. That does matter. They are factoring that stuff into their calculus. So the Ryan McMahon did have his Yankee moment. Multi-hit game, got that two-run double, great defense work again. You know, to me, his like a signature Yankee moment would be a walk-off hit or a walk-off home run. But he's showing his value. People were poo-pooing the trade when it happened. So many folks, it's a terrible trade. It's terrible, right? Not every trade needs to be sexy. People are poo-pooing the Rosario trade last night. But these guys are going to serve a lot of value to this team. Underrated value, right? And now he can pivot to pitching. He's got 4 days until the deadline to get pitching. I do expect him to secure some arms. We'll see when that happens, okay? When is their game? Let me see. Tampa Bay tomorrow. Yeah, they play tomorrow. The first game against the Rays is tomorrow at 7:05 p.m. It's Drew Rasmussen versus Cam Schlittler tomorrow. So Rosario is a lefty killer too. So they got a guy, again, who can play multiple positions, infield and outfield, who's a good defender. He's got over 800 OPS versus lefties. So it's going to serve the bench well, serve the roster well. Now they can rest Volpe on a somewhat regular basis because they can be playing him every single day, not having the guys. I thought they were going to DFA Oswald Peraza, which they didn't do yet. So I have a feeling he'll be part of a trade in the next couple of days. So that's my guess. The starting pitcher that they were going to acquire, we don't know yet. So Amir Rizal is going to play all over the place. He's going to be a Swiss Army knife this year. I did see Bob Nightingale report we're willing to include Spencer Jones in a trade, but not for rentals. Not for rentals. That I know for a fact he will not be traded for rentals. Okay. I did get a call from Cashman Yassine, so he told me to warm up my arm for the bullpen. So, yeah. Yeah. But just because they're willing to trade and include Spencer Jones doesn't mean they're going to. Right? You know, they could say, they haven't really said we're willing to trade Ben Rice, right? But we're hearing that. And very likely, if they're going to make a trade and add a starting pitcher, very likely he will be part of that deal. Very likely. I saw the rumor about Sandy Alcantara from the Marlins. Yeah, I did. I did. So we'll see if they get Alcantara or Edward Cabrera. I hope that they would try to include Ronnie Henriquez, who's a reliever here. And I didn't know about Henriquez until Ken from The Ugly Truth told me about that too. So I got to give him his credit for that too. Thank you, Ken. Okay. I would not trade Spencer Jones at all either, Gary. Personally, I would not. And if he did come up, it would be best if he came up in September, not now. It gives him a little bit more time at AAA, and then we don't run through a year pre-arb for him, right? If we landed Bolton, I might be excited, but I highly doubt that's going to happen. I highly doubt that's going to happen. Yeah, I mean, there's only two arms that I would trade Spencer Jones for, Paul Skeens and Tarek Skubal. And those guys are not being traded. So, yeah. And we know that already. So, yeah, it's a different, I mean, he's got similarities to Judge, but he's got differences to Judge too. So I would just say let him be Spencer Jones. I would let him be Spencer Jones. Just like I don't like comparing Dominguez to Mickey Mantle and Mike Trout. I don't like comparing Volpe to Derek Jeter. It's a pointless comparison. And the Yankees aren't the ones that are doing this. It's the beat writers, the fans, and other folks. So they're the ones that are running with these crazy theories. And it creates these ridiculous expectations for these players. So, but I'm going to keep this short and sweet. If you haven't heard, I'm going to be live tonight doing my MLB trade deadline predictions. I got a couple of guests joining me, so come and join us at 8 p.m. Eastern for that. It would be greatly appreciated. So, Crochet, yeah, I would have had he not been given that extension. He got that, I think it's 5 years, Ken. He got a 4 or 5 year extension from the Red Sox. So, I am very confident that they're not going to move him. And I don't know if I would move if he was in the White Sox, then I would have been okay with it. But now I don't want to trade Spencer Jones to the Red Sox, man. That would suck. Especially if he kind of turns into like somebody like Jay Buhner and just starts murdering us. Oh, man. I would just cry myself to sleep every night. But 8 p.m. Eastern tonight is going to be MLB trade deadline predictions. So come and join us if you can. But YouTube, Cadiz, what? Yeah. Ace is joining me tonight, Ace Avenue. So he'll give his predictions as well. That's going to be fantastic. It really is. And let's go round robin really quickly around the game right now. There's still some baseball we played, obviously, some early games, but the Red Sox are up 4-3 in the Dodgers right now in the 8th. The Cubs are up 5-4 on the White Sox in the 9th. Marlins Brewers tied at 2 in the 9th. Athletics are up 7-1 on the Astros in the 9th. Padres are up 9-2 on the Cardinals in the 9th. The Rangers are up 8-1 on the Braves in the 8th. No score Mariners Angels in the 4th. Mets Giants play tonight at 7:10. The Royals beat the Guardians 4-1. The Nationals beat the Twins today 7-2. The Tigers beat the Blue Jays 10-4. So the Yankees did pick up the game that they lost yesterday, so which is good. And then the Reds beat the Rays 2-1. The Orioles beat the Rockies 5-1, and we beat the Phillies 4-3, obviously. And the Pirates beat the Diamondbacks 6-0. Every time I see a shutout or something close to it, I'm thinking Paul Skeens. Yeah, he pitched today. Yeah, here we go. 6 innings pitched, 3 hits, 1 walk, 9 strikeouts, shutout ball. This guy's ERA is 1.83. His record is 6-8. This reminds me of a Jacob deGrom season. He wins 8 games and he loses 14, but his ERA is 1.20 and he wins a Cy Young Award winner. He wins a Cy Young. Like, it's just ridiculous. It's ridiculous, man. No. Rangers are a team that might I don't be surprised if they sell. I'm going live tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern, Keith. 8 p.m. Eastern. So, and we'll go over our trade deadline predictions. I want to try to wait as much as I possibly could so we can get as close to the deadline as possible. But now that some trades have been made already, we'll mention them. But I don't want to wait anymore in case we get a bunch of trades happening today and like there's nobody left to talk about. So, and that's going to be helping. But Tiffany, does that help us? Well, the 2 trades the Yankees made help us. Yes. The McMahon trade helps us and the Rosario trade helps us. Now, they took care of the bat thing. Now they can just pivot to pitching, just focus on that. So I think they're going to make at least two trades. At least two. Do I think they should make more than that? Yes, but we'll see. We will see. So I wouldn't. Yeah, I think two relievers. Yes, at least two relievers. Two high leverage arms. So yeah, we did so, but that happens. I mean, look at the Tigers. They're like one. They were 1-11 in the last 12 games. Tigers were stinking. The Dodgers slumped recently. All the top teams slumped. So unfortunately. I don't know about Griffin Jacks and John Duran. I could see Griffin Jacks or John Duran. That would be nice. And I know they're trying to get Joe Ryan packaged with one of these guys. And maybe even Danny Columba, lefty reliever too. So if they can get Joe Ryan and two relievers, that's one trade. Would cost a ton, but that would be a motherload trade right there. And Joe Ryan's got control of years, so does John Duran have control of years. I think Columba's a free agent after this year. I think, but I could be wrong. Parenham, what's up? So everybody smack the like button if you haven't done that yet, just to celebrate the Yankees win today. Yeah, they need one starter and two. And again, the one starter, I'm in favor of the Yankees if getting the right starter, because it would make it easier to move Ryan Yarbrough and potentially Luis Hill into long relief to protect these guys' arms. So Columba's a free agent after this year. Okay. But I know Duran is not. I know Joe Ryan's not. So they both have control years. I doubt they're going to teach Ben. We don't need outfielders, Silver. We don't need outfielders. I have a feeling Ben Rice will be part of it, any trade that includes a reliever and a starting pitcher. If they get both in a trade, I think Ben Rice is going to be on part of that trade. The Brewers are looking to trade Nestor. All right. He might be on the market too. Chapman might be hurt as he was pulled tonight. You mean Aroldis or Matt? Which Matt? Which Chapman are you talking about, Graham? Helsley, I would consider a trade too. He's a hard thrower. He's going to be free agent at the end of the year, but he's another high leverage guy on the back end of the bullpen. No, I doubt they're going to go for Nestor. They're going to go for Aroldis. Chapman's hurt. Okay, so maybe they're in a search for relief now too. We'll see. So I do think the Yankees will add a starting pitcher, who I don't know yet. Don't know yet. Stroman's I don't know yet, Ken. Honestly, they might try to trade him. I don't know. I wish he would have played well yesterday, but I'm not surprised. It was the Phillies, man. Their lineup is just fearsome, man. It's ridiculous. Why would I put Hill and Yarbrough in the pen? To protect their arms. They're coming off injuries. That's why. Common sense. We have Schlittler. I would keep in the rotation right now. Hill has got a big arm. I would put him in long relief. Why? Because if we have starters, as it gets closer to the postseason, starters don't last as long in games, right? And we're playing against a better team. So what if Schlittler or Fried or Rodon only lasts 3 innings and gives up 5 runs? Do you really want to blow 6 innings of bullpenning? I sure as hell don't. That's the whole point of long relief. Luis Hill, you go in there and throw 3-4 innings of darts. Ryan Yarbrough, 3 or 4 innings of good baseball. Okay, Yarbrough doesn't have as big of an arm as Luis Hill, but they have good stuff, and good stuff plays at the major league level. So for that logic alone, I would have them in long relief, and to keep them healthy. I doubt they trade Jones. But I don't work for them. No, I mean I don't know. If that's the only thing that could secure like Columbia or like if they can get Griffin Jacks and Joan Duran and Joe Ryan, and they say, well, you got to give us Rice and Jones, then that might need to happen. I would hate it, but if we get 2 good relievers, I would still do it. Yanks for life. I would still do it. I don't see. I would not put Ryan Yarbrough back in the rotation. I would not. Jeez, Pierre, what's up? Peanut, man. I hear you, Beagle, man. Look, man, we get through this together, man. This is a this is a tough time. If they only make one trade, then it's going to be multiple players. If they don't, I expect at least 2 trades. Now, but I can't. I mean, they may not. They may think I'm crazy if they ever hear this and say, "Why would I put long relief, Luis on long relief and Yarbrough on long relief?" Because they're coming off injuries. Hill hasn't pitched all year. And every time we thrust him back to rotation, what happens? He gets hurt. Right? Yarbrough's giving us fantastic value. I want to protect that value. That's why. Yarbrough will be perfect in long relief as from the lefty side. And if we're left-handed arm, I hope it's Danny Colombo or that guy Reed Detmers from the Angels. So I don't know, Luis. Sorry. I don't. I think it's too early to make that type of prediction. At least for me. Even in 1999 or 2000 when they won the World Series, I didn't think it was their year either. So we'll see. But it's just like I don't think it's the Dodgers year. I don't think it's. It could be the Blue Jays here for all we know. We just don't know, right? So many people, for almost the whole season say, just give the Dodgers. Just give the Dodgers a championship again. Why? Why? Right? Right now, the Blue Jays are better than the Dodgers. Our best trade partner is probably going to be the Twins Twins of the Guardians or the Marlins. Twins of the Guardians and the Marlins. The Twins and the Marlins probably represent teams where we could probably get a starter and a reliever at the same time in one trade. Petruzzi, what's up? Our division's always the most difficult. People were saying early in the season the AL East is weak, right? It's never weak. This happens all the time. All the time. And somebody asked me when I think Judge will be. He's going to be in a 10-day IL. He'll take that time, and then he's going to come back and ease into DH duty. And so I don't see him in the outfield for at least 3 weeks. Yo, my man in a feet from the strike zone. What's up, baby? Who does Miami have for us? Probably Edward Cabrera or Ronnie Henriquez, one of them young relievers with a big arm. He's a guy I would look at. Twins, obviously, we know. And the Guardians, Cade Smith is a guy. I know Clase is there, but I think Cade Smith is probably a better fit for the Yankees. McMahon, that's right, man. That's right, baby. 2 hits, 2-run double, good defensive play. He's showing his value to his team. And I don't think Santalugo's – the Royals added Randall Grichuk last night in a trade. I don't think the Royals are probably going to trade players. I think they're going to look and add. Yeah, and then let's say Lugo. I think the Royals are looking to add. Way to stand to fit when Judge gets back. That's a good. They got to figure out how to make that work, and he did say he would play some outfield. So that's guy willing to get out there for his team. So I got to respect that. I got to respect. Dang, what's up, man? Good starter then. Yeah, you got Cruz coming back, which is him going down was a big blow for the Yankees. Lighter too, but not as big as Cruz. Cruz injury has been a devastating blow for the Yankees. That guy was one of the glues that helped hold the bullpen together. So we need him back. We really, really do. So I think they're going to get 2, Jake. I really do. We have 4 days to do it. So Cashman's going to be busy. Did we think we were going to get 2 infielders? I sure as hell didn't. But they did. I thought they were going to get 1. But they got 2. I think I'll probably get the 2 right ones too. McMahon and Rosario. Yep. Caglione on the IL today, huh? Yeah. Look at that. Mash in the majors. I wouldn't assume Jones would be that yet, Jack Graham. Bednar, who? What about Bednar? Yankees. So I have no problem with Bednar coming here. Who gets angry with you, Yankees for life? I've talked about Bednar for a year, and they looked into him earlier. They get Bednar, I'm fine with that, but he alone is not enough. They might make a move tonight when I go live. You're saying if they do, that'd be fantastic. They really do. That would be wonderful. Yeah. Dang. 101 degree. Woo, that's hot weather, Andrew. Dang. Stay hydrated, brother. Get that fuel. Loizaga, once they get the relievers here, I think Loizaga is most likely out. I think Ian Hamilton's likely out. Scotty Frost might be well, no, he was optioned out. I think Winans might be gone too. So they got some new faces. Yeah. Yeah. Jojo Romero from the Cardinals. I mean, he's worth a look too. Brewbreaker might be out the door, but I have a feeling they might keep him for long relief. And I don't know, he's been better recently. So I do think Peraza is done. I do. I think he'll probably get DFA'd or traded the next couple days. Rosario will probably make his debut tomorrow, Rudy. Yeah. Kenley Jansen could be another piece. But I wouldn't. I mean, I would not pick him over some of the higher leverage arms. High leverage arms with controlled beers will cost more than rentals. Obviously, Jordan Duran is going to cost more than Ryan Helsley, guys like that. But they might get one of each, right? Yeah, we heard that. Yeah, the Yankees are willing to trade Jones a quarter 90 gal. That doesn't necessarily mean they will. Okay, but it's good to say that. It's good for them to say that. So, yep. Yeah, franchise. I mean, Brubaker might stay because of his long relief abilities. I've been saying it for I don't know 2 years, 3 years. Having two good long relievers is something that I wish more teams took advantage of. I don't know why they don't. It's protection. It's a security blanket from the rotation to the short arms in the bullpen. That way, you're not having to overuse short arm relievers, which Yankees have been doing for almost the whole season. But who would have thought they were going to have so many injuries? Like valuable contributors. Cruz, Jay Cousins, another valuable contributor to the bullpen. He's done for the year, right? Do I think this will be Cam Schlittler's last start? What do you mean last start? Why last start? Yeah, I think the Yankees are going to keep him. They trade him. It better be for a big time pitcher with controllable ears. I do see the Nationals trading Mackenzie Gore. You'll see where tonight. I do have it. That's part of my predictions. Mackenzie Gore trade. Dylan Cease, yeah, they might. Dylan Cease is possible. He's a rental, but he's possible. There's no way in the world I'm giving up Jones or Schlittler for him. There's no way in hell. Makes zero sense. Yeah, no. Well, they're going to try to trade him first, Silver. That way they can get some value back. And if they can't trade him, then they'll probably DFA him, and he'll just elect free agency, and then he can move on to another team. Ryan McMahon he's ranked in the top 7 in baseball defensive metrics at third base. So yeah, he's good. He is good. Oh, yeah, of course. I mean, writers are going to rant. The talk and the chatter and the speculation is going to get crazy over the next couple of days. So buckle up. And I'll be live on trade deadline day for most of the day. So I'll feed you in on everything, and then I'll keep it open tonight too when we're doing our MLB trade deadline predictions. That anything that comes in, obviously we'll report at live times too. The Cubs are interested in Mackenzie Gore. Glaciers are also interested in my God, the first base, Cal Raleigh. Not Cal. No, sorry, not Cal Raleigh. Excuse me. Suarez. Would I give up Schlittler? No, I would not. I would not. Peraza and Vivas for Darvish. No, I would not trade for Darvish. Nor do I think the Padres would trade him either. They're looking to add. No. Did you, Luis? Nice. Michael, appreciate you, man. I will wrap this up now, gang, because I want to keep you that long. So we're going tonight, 8 o'clock. So come and join us. Yankees won. Have a great day. Hopefully I'll see you tonight. Peace.